Hello, I'm Chris Williams from the YouTube channel Read Comics, They're Bad For You. Unless you're watching this on BitChute, then you're watching this on my BitChute channel, Comic Freak. Today we're going to be talking about Disney again. Disney World's new discount ticket deal keeps you out of the parks until they're absolutely packed. You heard that right. The deal goes like this. You can't get into the park until it's noon, which means the rides are already filled up, or you would think they were, but Disney's attendance this year has been terrible, so they're only doing these deals to get the park attendance up. Walt Disney World is now offering guests a discounted ticket option, but you can't set foot into the theme park until it's completely packed, meaning noon. The new ticket option, called the Midday Magic Ticket, is available starting today and good at every Disney World property. It allows guests a slightly cheaper deal, but the only catch is you can't enter the parks until noon. The deal varies on price depending on exactly when you go and is not available for single-day passes. In fact, it's cheaper just to buy the 77 4-day pass is much cheaper than the single-day, well, over $100 pass for a single day. They do this because they want you to go to the park, and you'll spend more money over 4 days than you will with only a single day, so that's why there's a disparity in price. But this is not good because the price is still jacked up. The only ones getting anything out of this really are local residents who can get a 4-day Florida resident pass for $55 a day. But Disney gains most of its money from tourists, and that doesn't really work for them since they live out of state. But Disney says the new half-day ticket deal is designed with your flexibility in mind, with timing that helps you meet your needs, like, say, a couple more hours of shut-eye or maybe a leisurely brunch. I'm sure that's good for all the rich people, but I'm sure the rich people just want to go in anyway when it's earlier, with less lines and stuff like that. Even if Disney is probably not having that many lines, because no one is going to their parks right now because then they're down attendance. I mean, families aren't going to wait till noon to go to Disney World, not with a bunch of screaming children, especially the Florida's Galaxy Edge going to open up August 29th. They're not going to wait around till noon to go. This deal only really works if you're single and don't have anyone else coming with you, which is probably not going to be the case because Disney World likes families because they spend more money. In other news, Walt Disney World offers a new seasonal pass for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, meaning that the constant Halloween parties that they have in October, you can attend all but one of them. Beginning today, August 16, you can purchase the new Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party Pass to enjoy up to 35 nights in 2019. With this new pass, you can attend most event nights for just $2.99 plus tax. There is so much to see and do at this festive celebration, and this pass is the perfect way to enjoy trick or treat throughout the Magic Kingdom. Exclusive entertainment including brand new fireworks, spectacular attraction offerings, and partake in endless amounts of ghoulishly good times. They also mentioned that you can attend all of these parties except the big one on Halloween itself, which is kind of a useless thing. Why have this thing where you can see all of them except the really big one on the Halloween, which probably means you have to pay for a one-day pass to go, which means over $100 for all of you and your family for each individual person to go. And that's horrible. This is just price gouging at its worst, so you could attend every one of those little parties, and maybe that's worth it, but I'm not so sure. This seems to be a reaction to lower than expected attendance at Disney parks this year. I'd say so. However, if you're a fan of MNSSHP, and we were, it really does sound like a pretty good deal. It's very hard to experience everything in one night. That's what you say, but you go on to say it's especially hard if you have small children. We'll usually have to choose between rides, the parade, and the castle shows. Well, that is true, but this sounds like these deals only really work for some people, not everybody, or their different situations, which means these prices don't really sound all that great. The party pass costs $2.99 plus tax for guests of ages 10 and up, $2.84 plus tax for guests ages 3 and 9, And this is where this price gouging gets a bit easier to understand. You can upgrade from a regular ticket, but annual pass discounts don't apply, which means if you're used to using your pass discounts that with an annual pass, you can't use it here, which means they continue to try and gouge you for more money by trying to make you spend more money on upgrading your ticket to a more expensive one so they can get more money out of you. Even though you're going to their park and buying the things there, food and toys for your kids occasionally. No, they're trying to get as much money out of you as possible. They go on to say Walt Disney World announces $2.99 Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Pass ticket for 2019 and have a full list of the different ticket upgrades you could buy for different prices, which looks more like just something you'd see at a supermarket, that the different things you would buy. I know it's just them announcing what the prices are going to be, but Disney is desperate because they usually don't go out with all these season passes, and they're suffering for money, and it's causing them to go and beg for people to attend their parks. On top of all the price gouging Disney tried to perform with Disney's Galaxy Edge by raising the price of not only the tickets but also causing the hotels around Disney World in response of a season where people were going to come in droves to see Galaxy's Edge to raise their prices as well. They've also had to deal with people fighting in their parks as well as other commotions and disruptions, particularly with a bunch of cats at Disney World testing positive for having rabies, as well as other animal attacks like the boy who was mauled by an alligator recently. Not to mention, I think there's been reports of Disney employees mistreating the animals at their animal parks. Disney has suffered one bad publicity stunt after another, and it's really hurt them this year. And I have to say, it's well deserved with all the bad karma Disney is continuously making day after day over the years. Galaxy's Edge, the theme park they created after they bought Star Wars from George Lucas, they spent $1 billion on, is basically rotting on the pavement they built it on. No one is actually going there. I mean, people are there, but there aren't that many. Not as many as they want. And because of their movies are now also having to deal with bad publicity in China. Apparently the Chinese hate the idea of an African-American Ariel in The Last Mermaid, as well as the bad publicity their star of Mulan is made with her bad-mouthing the protesters in Hong Kong. People are beginning to really turn against them, particularly in other countries who Disney wants to have them go attend their movies so they can keep making money. All of the Disney movies now are basically shooting for $1 billion, and that's not going to work. You can't expect every movie to make $1 billion, especially if you put SJW politics in your movies like Captain Marvel. And now that Disney owns Fox and is thinking about discontinuing the entire movie studio, they also own the X-Men and Deadpool. And as soon as they start trying to monkey around with them, because the X-Men have a certain style that really doesn't work with the way Disney presents the Marvel Universe. This will just, completely make Disney fail and perhaps even kill the entire company. I do have faith that they could die. Especially if they somehow, and they are thinking about making Deadpool PG-13, and I don't think that's going to work, because the X-Men work best as real people. They just have a certain element and style that doesn't really work with the Disney MCU, even if they reboot them. And you can see this again, and especially I have a video coming up soon, how Disney is going to reboot Die Hard. Yes, that bloody late 80s action movie, Die Hard, is going to be turned into a Disney movie now. Well, all I can say is this looks bad, and I hope Disney fails. If you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please subscribe to me on YouTube at Read Comics They're Bad For You. Then go over to BitChute and subscribe to Comic Freak. Also, hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. And please, could you share this video on social media? Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter, because YouTube is not promoting any of their creators' videos anymore, and it would really help me if you could please share this video. Also, keep checking back in future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.